welcome back to Golden Acres. I'm Kim, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Jiffy greenhouse. This was given to me when we bought our big greenhouse. So this is for the windowsill. You can get them in 72 packs at the farm store I've seen, and also at Walmart. So I wanted to try it out while I had it, and we're just gonna see how it works. So first thing you need is gonna be, and I have a little too much, a cup and 3/4. So that's about right here. And I must have had it tilted when I filled it up, because I'm usually pretty good at eyeballing it. I've been doing this long enough. So I have about a cup and 1/4. So when I get done, I should have about a 1/2 cup in here. So inside, there's 12 of these little pucks. They are wrapped in the same material as my grow bags. It's a little bit thinner. These are gonna break down faster than my grow bags. But in general, these types of plant starch wraps take 1 to 3 years to break down. So then we're just gonna pour this water in here, and then give it a little bit to reconstitute, and they will fluff up. All right, I've done some, and I will add the rest here in a few minutes. Alrighty, it's going kind of slow. It's only been a few seconds. You can see how they float around. So that'll be normal. In the instructions, don't say about how long it will take, just that they will get to 1 inch to 1.5 inches tall. So I guess we'll wait. All right, that took absolutely forever. I cleaned our entire kitchen basically, and my kids are no longer napping, and I started this video at the beginning of their nap. So these take a long time, and I should have just poured the water in there this morning, did everything, and then not waited. And then by the time we got to nap, this would have been done, and probably a little bit better done than what it is now. So the next, it says to pull back gently on the netting, which I have done, and sow with 2 to 3 seeds per pellet. And I have my seeds here. I soaked these overnight, and that should help with germination because they will be fully soaked and not have to rely on the dirt to soak them. And I will be doing that with most of my seeds before I plant them. So that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. But I have this whole tray ready, and I'll put the lid on. So I picked my Sheboygan paste tomato to put in this container, and this was a set of tomatoes that I got from a charity called Free Heirloom Seeds. They request that you don't sell, which of course I totally understand. And I got these when I lost all my seeds while moving. And this is why I try to film during nap, because I'm not necessarily always being called to open up snacks. And these did. These truly took a long time to reconstitute and the pellets to grow to full size. So Free Heirloom Seed Company, they ask that you don't sell, and that's why I'm putting this particular tomato in this container, because it'll be definitely all of these go in the garden. So I'm separating those. It's a fantastic charity, and it helped me when I lost all my seeds, and I wasn't necessarily planning on selling this year. What happened was my husband's grandma went and bought a whole bunch of seeds for me, and so I'm going to then turn that over, grow food for ourselves, and then also sell to be able to buy other things that we need. So we've been blessed by her, because she went and got stuff on sale and like just traveled the whole country to like find seeds, and was being very, very sweet about it. So I'm going to set this over here by my seed starting setup, but I'm going to set it over on the windowsill by my rose, because most of you who are going to be using this are not going to be using this, aren't going to be placing your seed starts on a seed mat to warm them up. So I'm just going to put it in the window. It'll take a little bit longer, but we'll come check on it probably in 3 to 4 days. And if it hasn't germinated by then, 2 or 3 days after that, and it should be germinated by then. On the seed packet, it doesn't say. So we're just guessing most tomatoes a week to 14 days. I have seen indoors a little bit faster, because you've got that nice consistent 63 degrees all day, all night. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be closer to that 5 to 7 day range. And then we'll come back and we'll check on them. And then in 2 weeks, probably, we'll end up up-potting them and putting them in the greenhouse. And I will up-pot them into my 2-inch bootstrap farmer containers, because all of the stuff in there isn't going to be sold either, just the stuff that's in the grow bags, because I don't want to contribute to plastic. And if I'm buying something disposable anyway, I might as well feed the ground. Even if they take 2 or 3 years to decompose, that's much better than hundreds, thousands of years in the landfill. So I will be cardboard and grow bag containers for people to take stuff with them. All right, well, it's been a few days, and I've moved everything to the greenhouse simply because that window doesn't get a lot of light, but also because the temperature outside has been 70 degrees. Did you decide to stop playing when you heard me talking?
Okay.
You did.
Bye.
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 So it's been, I would say, 10 days, and we've gone through fall, spring, another winter, back to almost summer temperatures. And let's see. Here are the little sprouts that are coming up. Clover.
Yeah. For you.
Thanks, buddy. So nice. I can't say I like the pellets a whole awful lot. I have another one here planted with a spinach seed. And it just doesn't look like they really absorb like they were supposed to. They're still, really, you can feel the layers. So the cocoa core pellets I didn't like. You might love them. These were given to me, so they're a couple years old, so they might have got drier, but that they absorbed it all, I think they would have absorbed completely. And it wasn't that they were too dry, that they were actually hydrophobic. So I really don't think that's what it was. The other possibilities are that, I mean, I got a bad batch and it doesn't matter. Just for some reason I got weird ones. I don't know. But I do like the size of the container. So for my greenhouse setup, these sit next to my big trays really well. So I did like that part of them. It is something I might use again to maybe like start spinach and then I can transplant it. I might see if I can find a different type of pellet that would work in them.
I found a worm.
You found a worm? Cool beans, buddy. You make this very difficult. Do you see the plants?
No.
No touch. You break them. They little. No, you don't need the camera either. This is why I don't do this, guys. When you're awake, usually. But I haven't been able to get out here because somebody hasn't been sleeping. So I do think that if this is what works in your space, you should definitely try it. You definitely try it with newer pellets because that really could just be my issue, that they got too dry or too warm at some point. But if it works in your space, I mean, it obviously works. I have several little tomato plants coming up there. These I did spinach because I had a lot of spinach seeds and I didn't have enough space for them. So I soaked these really quickly, and you can probably see that they are just starting to sprout. So we'll give those a few days, and then I will go ahead and transplant those. And yeah, I mean, I think it was worth it. I will keep these containers to sit next to my other containers for things with a shallow root or that don't mind being disturbed a little bit, or to transplant really quickly, because tomatoes do fairly well transplanting. So I could put tomatoes in here and then up pot them into another pot a little deeper, and I can separate the roots out that way. So if I just kind of spread dirt in here and do that, that gives me another space, even if I'm not using the pellets. So I think that these are going to be useful. I don't know if I'll necessarily go intentionally buy more trays, but if once those things that something similar pops up, even if it's not marketed as a tray for plants, if it's food safe and it's heat safe, I can put it in the greenhouse. So I might get more of these size type containers if somebody's giving them away at the end of the year, they didn't like them, or something similar that's not actually necessarily marketed to the garden, because you don't need marketed to the garden trays. You just need something that allows you to bottom water if you want to bottom water, and something that fits your space and is food safe. Oh, well, thanks for being here with this little experiment of mine. Like I said, if it works in your space, awesome. Go get them. I think they work. They just aren't my favorite. And that's all I've got for today. If you want to see the rest of our gardening videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give us a like. And if you have somebody who's thinking about these, share this video with them. They should know many people's different points of view. Share mine, share anyone else's you can find. Just have them Google it on YouTube. Jiffy Windowsill Greenhouse. And they can get a bunch of our opinions and see what worked for different people, because for me, it wasn't that great. But for someone else, it might have worked perfectly, and they might have a tip or trick for you. So that would be a good resource. All right, that's the end of this video. Take care and God bless.